It is time for the Nebraska Dairy Update. I'm Chad Moyer. Today we're visiting with Lisa Rutherford. She is a manager of wellness and communications with Midwest Dairy and stationed here in Nebraska. Lisa, thanks for visiting with us here today. We're going to talk about a partnership that dairy farmers have with Husker Athletics, Husker Sports specifically. Tell me a little bit about this partnership. First of all, why do dairy farmers pursue partnerships with somebody like Husker Sports?
Yeah, so in Nebraska, we all know that Huskers are the team. So, really we find the Husker Athletics to be a very valuable partner. We see that they've got a tried and true fan base. And when we see it's a vast, diverse audience and they're loyal, we know that what the Huskers say, people listen to. And so, when we're trying to reach adult consumers, when they trust dairy, we see that relate to higher purchases and increased sales. So being able to use the Huskers as that trustworthy vehicle of getting our messaging to consumers, that's really where we find that sweet spot. So they're really one of our power partners. They are they're a champion for dairy. Dave Ellis, the director of performance, the head dietitian at the Husker Athletics, he is a true tried and true champion for dairy. And, really he's great about getting the messaging out there. And so using him as that thought leader, as that voice to consumers, just really reinforces really where dairy fits in athletes' lives and how that translates to consumer lives and allowing them to see how does dairy fit in my day.
Yeah. Lisa, I remember a few years ago we did talk about the beginnings of a partnership between Midwest Dairy and Husker Athletics, and I think it involved some cooler space where there were some dairy products available, and I think individual pizza ovens or something like that. Has the partnership expanded now? What does it look like here today?
Yeah, so back in 2021, that's where it kind of was a multi-pronged. The freezers you mentioned, pizza ovens, which I got the opportunity to test them out myself. They are awesome. Dave cannot speak more highly about them. I know the athletes love them. You get crispy pizza in 2.5 minutes, so you can't beat that. And on that front, we also added the consumer side of things. So that was the podcast, the Sports Nutrition Podcast. So 4 episodes talking about athlete nutrition, had some of those thought leaders and the trusted voices, some of the dietitians talking with athletes as well. And we've really transformed that to meet more of our iced messaging. So in 2022, it's now 6 parts, and it moves beyond just physical into more of that social, emotional, and more of that mental side of things. So talking about some of the strength and conditioning, how does dairy help to replenish muscles and really, key attributes of that physical, but leaning into that iced messaging. So immunity, calming, energy, digestion, and all the while tying in that environmental. So how is dairy sustainable? How does dairy look out for me and the planet? So really kind of, awesome to see that we've been able to expand that beyond just nutrition, but to those things that consumers, adults, Gen Z, all ages really care about.
Yeah, I was going to say, this sounds like something that goes even beyond, making a collegiate impression. This is something that has a bigger appeal, more generations, more age groups, but it really helps those that are involved in the college at that level, make some good life decisions and at the same time present that to a more diverse population, huh?
Definitely. And, through the Husker Athletics, their social followings, we reach not just one age. We reach all different vehicles, all different platforms, iTunes, wherever people are getting their podcasts, on their Twitter, Instagram. So, it's really not just that one part, but we get a lot more of that vast and diverse audience.
Yeah, absolutely. If folks would like to read up on this or listen in to some of those podcasts, how can they do that?
Great spot would be, we've got some promotion and action stories on MidwestDairy.com, and then our social channels, the Facebook as well.
All right, very good. Lisa, thanks so much for telling us about it. Again, a partnership that started a number of years ago with Husker Athletics continues to grow as dairy farmers partner with Husker Athletics, again, to get that good message about dairy out there. Again, thanks for telling us about it here today. Lisa Rutherford, Manager of Wellness and Communications with Midwest Dairy on today's Nebraska Dairy Update. Chad Moyer reporting.